Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen. Good evening. You know, my bad on today. I scheduled a couple of lives, but I wasn't able to oblige them. I actually was a little tired. Was up running around. I missed one early live, and then I came home. I started working on a project, and then the sleep took over, and that was a wrap. I feel a little better now. I feel actually rejuvenated, and I'm ready for a nice, interesting conversation, even if it's with myself. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We got an interesting topic tonight. We are talking about the single mother disease. It's something that we pass down to generations. We pass it off in locker rooms, work environments. It's a bad disease, folks. Or is it a good disease? I don't know. I lean more so towards it not being a good disease. Because, like the word says, dis-ease. It's a dis-ease in the body, in the mind. And so when we talk about single mother disease, we're really talking about something that we must help cure. And so, do you want to be a single parent of three or a family of four? A single parent of three, you and the two little ones, or the family of four? Two adults, mommy, daddy, daddy, mommy, and two little ones. You can build from there. You can build from there. So let's have that conversation. A lot of folks jump in a lot of situations early in the game and get caught up. And it's because in life, we always sending our children to school, but there's no life school. There's no life training schools that helps train our young people through teen to adulthood. We think life experiences is what we're supposed to engage in. But with all this new technology and new advancements, I think it's now time for life school. We don't need a lot about the history and shit no more. This world is microwave. So what we need is to learn how to be family oriented. Because when you build from a family, you learn about economics, budgeting, politics and policies, healthcare. Everything that we talk about as we about to cast our vote for the people who's going to run our government, run our city, run our country. But yet and still, we are running around like little dead mice, running around like dead mice because we haven't been trained how to run our families. And that's why they have systems called PD, police departments, because they know with the lack of training, there's going to be a need for these cells to hold those who have not been properly trained because there's no life training institutions. That's why when I speak in regards to why it's important for us to build certain type of institutions and stop using like school, because school is a different type of institution. It's a different type of learning. We need straight learning skills, family learning skills centers. With these schools, you can even have parents in there. A lot of parents don't even know what the kids are learning. So when we have so many single parents, especially single mothers, because of single mother disease, it's important to get at least 30% to 40, maybe even 60% of those single mothers who's not occupied in life, who's not working, who is on the system, especially if you are on the system, to engage in this life school. Like I say, it's important for us to understand the only way to cure it is to attack it. We have to be like the white blood cells, and we have to attack this disease. And that means to encourage it, to give it support, and to give it what it needs. It needs a partner. And so we must start saving the male figures. And once we could do that, then we win the victory. VOA. I don't know. I don't know what that's saying. So it's important for us to help cure this disease. How many people know someone who has? It's like one out of every. Damn, it's like to be honest, it's like honestly, I think it's like 80% of the population of women with children have a case of single mother disease. Now it might be lower. I don't know. You can help me out to lower it, but I think it's like 80% of the world population. I don't have the fact, so it's not really a fact. So you can help me lower it. Have a case of the single mother disease, and most of our women have a real strong effort to say by choice. It's always by choice. I'm single by choice. Every time I hear that, I look, I be like, why? You hindering yourself. The same way that you seek a good job, seek a good college, is the way you seek a good man. You don't just go to any person. You actually must allow things to develop. But most people rush, and then they get the disease called the single mother disease because of lust. And that's why training is important, especially for this new generation, because what this world has put forth is a major virus to keep the single mother disease going. And it's all in your music, it's all in the movies and the shows, it's all in the talk shows, it's all in the dialogue, it's all in the church, it's everywhere. It's the independent single strong mothers, and as long as they continue to promote that and and flood billions of dollars into it, and that into that wave, into that movement, it's going to be very difficult to lower the percentage. And this is why it's important for us to realize that institutions must be built to help train us in regards to being like family and community. Because once we have family and community schools, that will help stop the violence in your communities. That will help stop a lot of the violence, shall I say, a lot of the domestic violence, a lot of the broken homes. It will fix a lot of the broken homes. it would start curing the disease. We have plenty of land, plenty of cement, plenty of brick, plenty of people to lay these bricks, and we need to start building institutions for family and communities. It would be so great to be sitting in class with your child 5 days a week. You can leave, you can go get the lunch, you know what I'm saying? They can eat the school lunch, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the way we doing it is so different. It's time to learn. You can't leave for so long. You can only just go and get, for little breaks, but you must learn as well because you will get tested. Parents, like if you really want to cure it, attack it. And you have to attack it the same way your body attack anything that tries to infect it and to harm it. Like when you get a cold, you like when your immune system's up, right? So it can attack you, get that mucus up out of you, right? So for us to get this disease up out of our single mothers, we must attack it by all means, especially if we want to save our children. Because there's boys that's being made and there's girls that's being made. And if we constantly have a household where inside this household, you have this one boy and he's always just hearing about strong mothers, strong mothers, strong mothers, he won't believe in strong men. And so that brings a doubt in himself, not to even think to be a strong man, because you have strong women that would do it for you, if that makes sense. That's the program that we programming into the mindset of these young men, these young boys. It's a mindset of, don't worry, mommy got it. Don't worry, auntie got it. Don't worry, grandma got it. Don't worry, you don't have to do it. We got it. And so then when he comes across a woman, that's how he was trained. Now this woman has to deprogram him, and she like, what the, you know what I'm saying? Because she was being trained to be strong woman. So she don't understand his program because she knows that he's supposed to be strong man, but she forgets that might have been in a household with strong women and no man. Yeah, folks, we talk about single mother disease. Do you want to be family of 3 or family of 4? You want to be a single parent of 3 or a family of 4? Do you want to be a strong, independent single parent of 3 or a family of 4? And when I say 3, I'm talking about you, the parent, and 2 kids. It's time for us to really start breaking these chains and start saving ourselves. And it's no later than now. We must mate up and secure the family structure. We ain't talk about settling. We talk about stop being so difficult. Start knowing what the situation is. Start truly understanding what the problem is. It's all about the training. And it's up for you when you come across what you want to develop it the way you need it to be. It's simple. That's where we at. And once we can get that, then there's no problem. But we make it the problem trying to make the person understand it. No, don't worry about that. You control it. You become captain and navigate the way it has to be to develop it the way it's supposed to be. Shake your picture the way, shake your picture. Get that picture to develop. Like a Kodak picture. Shake it, shake it, shake it, develop it. That's how we used to have to develop pictures back in the days. It wasn't this easy, folks. We take a picture with the Polaroid, we gotta shake that mother effer. You gotta shake it. Otherwise, it's gonna have some old red image. Color didn't develop. Gotta mold and make it. So come on, women. This is a real battle. And the only way we're gonna win is when you start getting it and knowing that there's a disease that's being passed on from generation to generation. And it's institutionalizing you in your own mindset that you have to be a strong single parent. That's not the way if we had schools, if we had institutions to train. That they would laugh at that. The masses with the PhDs and family structure would laugh at that. The ones who write books, who studies, who not only study but they are their own clients. They live it. They know what a family structure is. They know what building a strong community is. They've done it. They built several communities and helped save several families because they have a strong family structure. It's time to learn, folks. And it's time to learn how to cure this disease that's hurting and harming our communities. So many boys are in the street just destroying each other because the training is from the inside the household that they don't even like men. So when you go out there, you tend not to really like men, and you're a man. So it's like you don't know how to really love your brother. Because if we was trained as boys to men, and we was trained in the nature of, because see, most boys like fighting and wrestling and all that crazy shit, because that's what we see, UFC, all this crazy shit. And so we always just think that it's about fighting one another. But what if it was really about a structure of teaching us to actually build and love one another as men, as boys, as men? Build up our bodies, yeah, get strong, yeah, compete, yeah, but all in love, never in hate. If we take the hate out of the households, especially the teaching of hate for man, that itself would start curing this disease instantaneously. Like that, many doses of that right there, take away the hate for man, would really start lowering your levels of having that disease. Then you have to start doing other things. But trust me, the teaching of hate for man is destroying your boys. Because if mommy hate man, auntie hate man, two aunts, grandma sitting disagreeing, all the friends coming through, and it's what you know all your life. You've seen some guys come, you've seen most guys go. That has to be broken just from the male's eyes perspective. You know what I'm saying, folks? We don't understand what it do to these young boys. So if you want to cure a disease, we must really attack it from the root. And that's why I come and I do when I do lives and I have topics and I talk about various things. I really talk about things that's kind of touchy and is always conflicting, but who cares because it has to be uprooted because we got bigger things coming down the road. And for us to really be able to deal with these big things, we have to get ourselves properly aligned, properly trained, so we can deal with the proper plan. Because a proper plan is not a chaotic plan, it's a structured plan. It becomes a plan where you already just know because you know your position. And that's the institutions that we must start training, teaching, building, because we must teach and train how we must learn how to play our positions. Know who you are, know what you're capable of doing, so that when you do play your position, you play it well. When it comes to your community, when it comes to your family, and then you realize that it's not no tax on you. You know that it's all just straight energy given to you to help build yourself, to be able to go to move up in different positions, to be able to be multitaskful in positions. For example, the game of baseball. When I play baseball, when I first started baseball, I played first base, I played third base, I played left field, right field, and I was always the pitcher. I was always a pitcher. So first one, third two, left three, right four, pitcher five. I played five positions all day at a high level. When I say at a high level, like if I was pitching that day and they took me off the mound, they'll put me at third. And then if they want to bring somebody in off the bench for a pinch hit for someone, and then they want to put him in a position, they know that they can put me from third to outfield because my arm is strong like that. So it's like once you know how to play your position, then you can grow in positions and you can be you can have multi positions. Many people have that ability. We all do. But some people just want to stay in a small introvert box. Cool. Still play your position. No excuses. And that's the beauty. Once we can understand, once we can take away the excuses, because that's another problem of the disease is excuses. We hold on to excuses. But once we can take away those excuses, then it's like really no problem of moving around and making this happen. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, building this family structure and building these institutions to cure this disease, this single mother disease, is something that's really just something common. To be honest, I don't they because see when they always do it, they always say like a family center, but they always emphasize it like for like really for like mothers, even though somebody say family, but it's like mothers or or it's mostly like hospitals and shit like that. But you know, I don't really see like family centers. And I'm talking about learning centers. Like that's what we need, folks. It's not about just having all the kids. Understand? It's not about just having all these kids together no more, all in the classroom. It's about having your parents, especially those parents that could be in these classrooms as well, being taught, being part of that. Because see, the biggest part of our community is our schools. When you look at when you look at what a community is. It is. It starts with the school. All your public schools, it start there. All your parents, y'all go there first day. Y'all all there, getting your kids registered. You're all there. Kids have a little play. You there. You gotta leave work. You gotta get there to this play. They have awards. You gotta get there. Graduation. It's time for more involvement itself. Because, like I say, that's where your community is. Once you take that away, you have a lot of people who gathered friends from schools that they never knew. Then they have them come to their little birthday parties. They want the icy man to come through and do the birthday parties. You know what I'm saying? So I know these things. Oh, nobody showed up to the birthday party because no one's really family and friends like that. You understand what I'm saying? So, but if we had it where we was really had the obligation to be sitting in these classrooms, if you are a single parent and you was not working, and you have to prove that you're working. Otherwise, you have to be in school or your child can't be there, especially now with COVID. Fuck that. It's like we got to really, and COVID, I'm just throwing it out there just because it just came to mind, but fuck COVID. But all those who pass, Lord, forgive me, but still, don't get caught up with that. We just trying to say, like, no matter what, we need to have our parents in schools who really can't be in schools. I always felt that way. I remember when the PTA was a little bit stronger back in the 70s and 80s. The PTA was a little bit stronger. They had more parents up in there. You be sitting there doing your work next to you look up and you see somebody head looking at peeping in the door, somebody parent. But ooh, your parent. We need more parents within the school sitting in the classroom learning. And I'm talking about learning with discipline as well. Ain't no interrupting. It's not no because you adult and you know this. No, you sitting there learning because we doing something different. Because you didn't do good as a as homeschool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because if we was to grade this whole homeschooling situation, if I was the like the school board ed superintendent and I was to grade the way homeschool went, me personally, I need not with no stats and with no facts in front of me, I can guarantee most parents in regards to on top these kids are really doing the work on doing everything on point. Especially all parents who was not working. Most parents fail. I don't have no facts out of these ain't no real stats, but I just believe in my heart, according to just the way this education system is already, and the way I've been following for a minute, for years, for a couple of decades, and just knowing how parents are, most parents failed when it came to this homeschool. I wish they had a report card for the parents. That was one of the worst things they. That was one of the mess. That was the worst thing they did. Not have a report card for the parents throughout the homeschool. That's what if they would have threw that out there. We're shutting down the schools. We're going to have homeschool, and there's going to be a monthly report card on your parents in regards to and be a checklist of stuff that the parents had to do. The parents, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, them parents would step their game up. But now because we know that we can do it, because the parents we know it failed, I think they should shut down the schools and do that. And you have a grade system with these parents. Yeah, parents. Like I said, single mother disease. You're gonna realize, damn, I can't do this by myself. It has to be so much pressure that's applied to your system to break this curse. Because the single mother disease is a curse that's been passed down from generations and generations as ancestral curse. To give a curveball, blaming on something, one blaming on the system, blaming on that paper called that Willie Lynch paper. You know what I'm saying? Let's blame it on that cat. Breaking it down, breaking the man down to make the woman protect him and hide him behind her. And put the woman out there by all means to do everything that needs to be done. That's a different. That's a deep teaching. You know what I'm saying? That's a deep breaking. That's a deep mind breaking. And that's where we have to really start. We have to go to the root, folks. Don't think that this is just some 1980, 1990 shit. This is a root problem. This is a breaking down of a mindset of the black man, and to keep it going on forever. And as long as we continue to do it, we hurting ourselves. What's going on, everyone who's coming up in the chat? Yeah, so it's like what I'm saying is like this curse is passed down forever. And if we don't take time out to address this curse, this disease, it's going to self-destruct us. We're going to just keep bringing children to this world that's really going to be non-productive, no matter what way you look at it, if they're not building family structures. They really going to be non-productive if they're not knowing what family structure is. They're going to be truly non-productive if they don't know what a community family structure is. Respect for their community. It's a lot that comes with this. I will, but it's like you got to think about these boys who don't even understand the importance of getting the garbage out the house, or if there's girls in the house, these young girls who don't know the importance of getting garbage out the house. If there's no boys in the house and you got girls in the house, they don't understand the importance of getting the garbage out the house, like immediately. Didn't want to talk about there's a mouse problem or a roach problem and stuff like that. No, it's because we are lazy, and that's because our family structure is not proper. We have been so lackadaisical on our children, not really giving them no real responsibility, not making them better human beings. We keep lowering their standards by just giving them technology and just ways out of the reality. But the reality is all around is that we're not taking care of our community, we're not taking care of our environment right before our eyes because we're so caught up with our technology, our video games, our music, our cell phones, and all that's on your cell phone. So that's why it's even more scarier. And we're so disassociated with real life that we don't know that we are living in a community that's look no different than a rat hole. Because it's cool to litter. Because in the household, we don't really even take out the garbage. Like, well, whose household is that? Shit, look around. If we was to be able to do some old Scrooge and we go through everyone's house on some ghost shit and fly through all these houses, we'll see. And it's time for us to really step up our game in regards to family structure. Trust me when I tell you that we need men in the households. And men, when we say men, see, I value that word, man. We need men. We don't need niggas in the household just to be there. We need men. And once we start breaking the curse and helping cure, our women will understand that that's what's needed. That's what's needed. That's what's needed. And if we had these institutions, then we won't have, like I said, we would take away so much violence in our household, so much violence in our community. That violence will be one of the least things we're thinking about. We'd be thinking about who's doing a better job and keeping the community clean and doing good things in the community. That's what we'd be so much more focused on. That'll be our competition. That'll be us repping our hood. That'll be us repping our school, our institution, and our district. What district is has the cleanest district, the less violence. You know what I'm saying? Like if we was to with these type of institutions and the mindset I'm talking about, all the news that we talk about, it would be such a different type of news that it would be a different type of vibe. The mayor, the mayor wrote a check to District 32 for $150,000 for school projects and things like that because of this and that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the cleanliness of the community. It saved sanitation this amount of money this year. Just little things that we can do because of proper training, the proper love that we have, will really start making budget money go a different way. I was sitting there listening to some politicians, some senators talk, and listen to them talk about the budget spending and how they was really trying to bring it to, I don't know, whatever their superiors is in that, and when they be talking to Congress. And so I'm sitting there listening to them talk, and I didn't want to listen with them with like a closed-minded ear. So I really just listened to him while I was driving and allowed him to speak. And he was talking about BLM, Black Lives Matter. And they always want to stress how they was always talking about defund the police. Hold on, excuse me, I got sneeze. And they was talking about how they want to defund the police and then and put the money towards other things, and then they wonder why is all this looting and Gucci bags are being taken out of the stores. Like that's what he wants to say and shit like that. Like, like fuck them Gucci bags. But bottom line is because even with the Black Lives Matter and all the money that they received, they didn't even build like real institutions to train individuals who want to be activists. You understand what I'm saying? They might say they had chapters, but they didn't have real, true, like institutes of training how to be activists because we would really, truly be seeing strong results of the whole Black Lives Matter wave and movement. So yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying, but I can debate it a certain type of way, but I'm not going to even be mad at it. What you said with that. So I listened to what he's saying about spending and everything else. He was just talking about spending and spending and spending and everything. He was really talking about how a lot of spending is talk about just free give out, free handouts. Like everybody think it's a free handout, and maybe you should start a business. Maybe you should open up a lemonade stand. He was going in, and I could tell that he was really directing a lot of his rhetoric towards our black communities because he was talking about the Democrats and how they just giving away free money all over the place, And it's like it don't go that way. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. If we was going to have proper training, if we had proper training, all that free money that he talked about they're giving away, if we have proper training, it should come. And it be coming in a way, in a style, in a form, into projects and programs in our communities that they can't complain about because we deserve it. And what I'm saying is that once we step up our game with the training and curing the disease of single mother disease and having family of four as opposed to single strong parent of three, once we can really focus on that, then all this funding that's all out there will come to our communities on higher levels. We can get so much type of funding because, like he said, they want to give away free money. So let's earn it and stop letting it go towards police in our communities. If we have families in our communities, if we have love in our communities, all that mother freaking defunded police money can come to our communities, come to our schools, come to our institutions, come to our churches. Let's reverse it. Let's even have. Yes, he's right. Let all that he's want to say that he told us they just giving away money. Well, let's have it go give. And then we defund the police. Yeah, we don't need them if we have real strong communities. If we checking our children, imagine high schools had their parents up in their high schools. Understand? And I'm talking about our institutions. Fuck the public schools. If they can't do it, like I say, pull us out. We organize it within the home schools itself, whatever we got to do. But if they really just did it in this public schools itself, had parents obligated to be in the schools because your children is out of control, especially once they get out of school. Different ball game. But everybody think that these young kids are adults once they in high school and they can just get home when they get home. Especially if you ain't doing shit yourself, you sitting at home smoking and playing video games and relying on the system. No, let's break this curse. That's what we should have. Sometimes you really got to just take your eyeballs and put them in a different world and look from a different perspective at the situation. Food be donated, of course, from good food. Uber Eats and DoorDash, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Free because they're all part of the budget. Keep them parents coming. Keep that coffee coming, folks. Keep them Dunkin' Donuts coffee coming. And these workshops is mandatory for your child to graduate. Start like that. 15 hours a was 15 hours a week you gotta be in the school. In the high schools. Fuck the public school in the high schools. Junior high schools. I ain't saying I ain't mean public school, I'm talking about elementary schools. I'm talking about junior high school and your high school. If you want to start stopping a lot of this violence, that's where we begin. Oh, you can't make it there. We have buses that's going to pick you up. Or you're a grandmother that is take care of your child. We have buses going to pick you up. And if you got to get to a program, we're going to get you to your program from the workshop. Don't worry about it. Different world, different ball game. It's a family here. We get you out the house and involve in your fucking child's life because your child is out of control. Time for us to turn off these TVs and get involved in the system. I think that's a beautiful start. I truly believe that that's a beautiful start. 3 days a week, 5-hour workshops. The workshops is 5 days a week though. But you are obligated to get three. So you choose days, not like mandatory. You have to be the money. You choose your days, but you have to be there 3 days a week, even if you work. So now you know that you have to schedule within your work the same thing, and all jobs across the planet know that too, because it's part of the system. So they're obligated to schedule their schedule around it as well, because they too have children, and they're part of the system. Your boss, like, he has to go because he has to get to his workshop at the school, and he's a millionaire. Fuck that. All schools, private, all schools. Start building family structure and communities. Stop with all this. Everybody got their own, this. Everybody got their individual life. Nah, we about to dead that because that individual life is bringing such a disease that's killing us at a high rate. At a high rate. We're destroying ourselves at a high rate, at an alarming rate, because the lack of involvement in each other's lives. Why you think it's so much young pregnancies? The lack of involvement in each other's lives, and it's not because you putting food on the table. It's because you're not involved in the lives. And this world is changing so rapidly that you can make money from home now. And you can make money in so many different ways now, from apps and so on and so forth, folks, that there's no reason why you can't provide for your family and still be involved in your child's life 100%. So you can steer your child in the right direction. We have the time. We must just take the time and apply the time. Like when I get off this live, I'm going to go and continue doing the work that I was supposed to be doing earlier that I put off because I chose to sleep. And I'm gonna ride this all the way to like the AM. And it's some long, tedious work, but it's gonna be. I'm gonna let y'all see it. It's gonna be worth it because I had a situation with something, and instead of me making the situation a loss, I'm gonna break it down for you. So I hope you look at this video as I'm thinking about doing it right now. It's a freestyle. So yeah, I'm gonna show you how what I'm working on right now, so you can understand. Yes, we have to do the small things. We have to take time out and apply if we really want to get the right results. Period. If you want to save your family, if you want to save your child's life, if you want to save the stress and get the stress of alleviated from your life, we have to build a family life. And it's not it's going to do it like dropping a lot of the ratchetness. That whole ratchet lifestyle is like we're gonna have to drop that. It ain't talk about becoming some old oh, and we ain't talk about no old some old holy moly shit. We just talk about some old common sense shit. Like, oh, you know what? We really don't have no time for that right now. And these rappers and these singers and these actors and these entertainers are all parents as well. Their children go to school as well. So if we was really implementing this, they would understand. Like they would have to change their ways. Like I say, it's about dropping the ratchetness. We have too much time for the ratchetness of life, and that's what it's all about. That's another huge part of this disease, the ratchetness of life. The ratchet part of our lives is the part of our lives that has no control, and that's the part that needs the right guidance. We really have to take the evil out of people. They don't be acting right. Cause both black and white be smoking crack tonight. Your man Pac, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get that ratchetness out of the people in order for us to break this curse. When I really do my lives, I don't really like know the blueprint of where it's going. So I just woke up and I just went live. So I'm telling you folks, we need to change our infrastructures. We need to change the way we are involved in our school system. We need to change the way we are living if we want to have better results. And if we don't want to continue down the road of single, strong, independent mother of two, or should I say, family of three, we need to really start building a family of four. And it's the ways we're going to be able to do it is with the proper training, therapy. Understand? That's what it is. Family therapy without you knowing it. You getting therapeutic hands-on training by involving yourself in the schools. These kids' mouths are really so out of control. Their curse levels is like, whoa! Like, yo, watch your mouth. Yo, it's like every day I gotta tell a child watch their mouth. Yo, that's not how you talk. All day. And then it's so depressing just seeing families, or parents, shall I say, parents coming picking up their children, and the recklessness of how we are and the disrespect of how we are just to be able to get our child. And it's like we know every day we causing traffic, we blocking them stuff, we're gonna get into confrontation. Why we always every day we do it? And so now, the police is in front of the school now because we don't know how to properly handle stuff and do things right. And because we don't, because we have all this free will and free privilege to handle it ourselves, because we don't know how to do it right. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. And here they come. And now we're looking at them like, oh, why are you giving tickets? Hello. So with proper training, we understand it's mandatory for us to start doing things a little bit more properly, a little bit better. So we don't keep having to keep fund certain entities that's going to come and take away funds from you. The entities that we fund is the entities that come and take funds from out of your pockets, whether they lock you up and take you away from your job, take you away from your family, take away your livelihood. So the less we do on that end, the less we have to fund that. And then that funds can come towards something right. It's real simple. But because a lot of people don't get the simple shit, we got to train them on the simple shit. Hope this is kind of like helping somebody. because we have to break this curse. We got to stop this ancestral curse of passing down strong, independent single mothers, and they have two, three kids, four kids, three different fathers, and never ever had a family. And with the right schooling, the right training, our women, our daughters will learn how to get that marriage early and get that marriage in a respectful manner and have long lasting marriages. That's what we need to start focus on, how we could develop long lasting marriages. It's so sad because like I realized that I've done got old, but it's so funny because I realized that I watch a lot of kids grow. And it's a couple of kids that, I see, with their little girl, I watch them go from little boys, like really young boys. Now they in junior high school, they working with their girlfriend. And I even watch the little girl, go from young girl, and then they connect in life as they got older. But even if they was from like two different worlds, but I'm in all worlds because I'm all over the place. So I might know this girl from one area and know the boy from a different area, and they my customers. And then next thing you know, I see them together. That's so cute. And for me to see that and be able to say, you know what, okay, I like y'all together. That's a good match. It just hurts to know that that match ain't going to be a long lasting matchup for life. And that's the part that bothers me, because those probably be matchups that should last for life, but because there's no real proper training within the family structure, and within their relationship, they can't grow their relationship from that puppy love to adult love to how long y'all been together? We've been together for 60 years. Wow. Yes, yes, yes. We have great grandchildren. Da 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 da. That 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 conversation is so prehistoric and something that is like not supposed to happen type shit. Whoa, what the hell is wrong with us? Like that is not supposed to be the turkey dinner conversation of who how long y'all been. We've been together 12 years now. All right. Sitting there at the family dinner talking, looking at each other like, wow, look at this, look at our family. Not who's next, who my daughter bringing to the Thanksgiving dinner this year. Not that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or who's Thanksgiving dinner that they're gonna be. She's running off to go. Whose house she going to? What friend? Her male friends. She gonna be hanging out with this year. Not that type of shit. And that's because we have to learn how to have common interests in each other as well. Most of us don't have no common interests. We don't have nothing to really collaborate with to keep that energy going. Come on, folks. Like I say, this disease have to come to an end at some point. It have to be cured at some point. And it's going to take some corny lifestyle to be able to cure it. That's basically what I'm saying. We have to learn how to develop a more corny lifestyle. We need a cornier lifestyle in order for us to cure a lot of these problems that we have. And like I say, it's basically eradicate a lot of this ratchetness. We Once we start putting these artists, these musicians, the entertainers to, what I'm saying, once we start putting them underneath the microscope, and they are parents, what I'm saying, put their parenthood underneath the radar. putting that pressure on them as a parent, and emphasizing them as a parent, and questioning them as a parent, all this freedom shit, I don't give a fuck about. That's the problem. Like I say, is develop a cornier lifestyle, because freedom gives people outside your family a problem with your family, because you gave your child so much freedom that they are causing so much conflict in other people's world, because they're not properly trained before they come out in the world. They don't have respect for nothing in the world. And that's what I'm trying to say. Without the right training, your children come into the world and become rugrats to other parents. And that's why we have to cure this disease. That's why we have to take away this curse. It's like beyond praying. We now have to start moving our prayers, what we pray for. We pray for something to come and help us. We pray for something to help us raise our children. We done said many times, damn, this is rough. I can't do this by myself. Oh, I need something. I need help. We've been asked for that help. And here's a plan. It's now time to open the doors in these schools, all these public schools. It's now time to start building new institutions that focus 100% on familyhood, fatherhood, motherhood, raising, doing everything within the school itself, within that building itself, that institution itself. Because, folks, a school of fish is a school of fish. And I guarantee when that school of fish is baby fish, mama fish, and papa fish, all trying to swim through that damn water to get to somewhere to eat them something without being eaten. And that's what this world is. So as we are in these schools, it's time for us to be in the schools together and start building better institutions so we can have better communities, because this disease have to come to an end. We have to raise our children better. And that means that we have to really raise them up. So if you're a person that's going to let your child have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, raise that family. Raise that right there. Ain't no, oh, they got to learn. Fuck that. Raise it. If you are going to allow her and him to have freedom on that level, raise it. That's your Romeo and Juliet. How old was Romeo and Juliet? I definitely don't think Romeo and Juliet was 25. Okay, folks? If that's what you believe in, if you don't mind that, raise it. If you don't mind young sex, raise it. If you're a parent that want to hand your young boy a condom, and he's not married, raise it. Develop that picture. Shake that picture. Keep shaking. There's years of shaking on that picture now. If he's 16 and you don't mind, shake that picture. Develop that picture properly. If you're a mother who don't mind your daughter going out to parties, if you're a mother who like to twerk with your daughter and like to dance with your daughter and like to know how you shaking that photo now, And if that's not the way you really want to develop, then it's time for you to get your photo shook in it so it can be developed properly. But come on, we can't keep that ratchet shit going. If you and your daughter can twerk together, then you and your daughter can cook together. And don't be twerking while you're cooking. Oh, stupid. But nah, we gotta take away the ratchetness. Trust me, I tell you that. It takes a strong man to say shit like that too, because you know what I'm saying, I love women. But my love for the women has put me in the position of realizing that maybe it was more just I lust for women. Because if I really love women, I would have me a wife by now. But because I love women enough, I don't even really put myself in a position to really lust for her like that anymore because I know I need a wife. Otherwise, it's just gonna be stress and headache. And once we start really, like I said, keep developing our picture. Me, I'm still shaking my picture. You know what I'm saying? As long as we keep developing our picture, we can finally get it and understand the rules of life. It's like you really can't settle, but you gotta continue to develop your picture, even if it means you have to start sacrificing. So what I had to sacrifice is a lot of my lust. You see, part of that disease of single mother disease is a lot of that disease come from lust. So, like I said, as a man on the other end, I'm trying to do my part. So, like I say, folks, I'm trying. I ain't saying I am. I'm just trying to the best I can. So, folks, and get it. Like I said, you gotta live the words. You gotta be the words. Save your children. Save yourself. Save the headache. Know what the problem is. Single mother disease, that syndrome have to come to an end. That shit's played out. Stop writing songs. Stop saying. Stop trying to use that shit as a reason for you to get over in life. I'm a single mother. The sad thing, people are already gonna know that. Majority of society already assume that. That's the norm. That's not even a judgment no more. That's the norm. The single parent syndrome. That's a norm that society knows, especially when it comes to this community called the Negro race, the black community. It's a norm that you're already part of a single parent lane. It's like you got to really prove that you're not. And it's so sad that you say, oh, the father will be picking up. They probably be like, huh? Oh, okay. Like if when you comes down to going to school and when you put down who would be picking them up, you put yourself and maybe someone else. If you put their father, their parent, that woman sitting there behind this, like, oh, really? Okay, that's beautiful. And if she don't say it, she probably be feeling it on the inside. And I'm not a parent, so I don't even know if that's how it goes. But I'm just saying, is that how it goes? I think so. I picked up a child before. You understand what I'm saying? And I wasn't on the list, but give me the child. We gotta go. That's how I know. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. It's time to build a family, mommy, daddy. father, mother. That single, strong, independent, that's prehistoric. That's a curse. That's a disease. Single, strong, independent mindset is a curse, is a disease. Because it's the starting of a teaching that says you don't need. And it's already shaping your picture the wrong way. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go down. I don't know what y'all saying out here. I'm looking at the chat. I ain't look at the chat for a minute. I don't even. I hope my feedback is not bad. I hope I'm outside in the car right now. I hope it's not bad. I hope you can hear me. What's up, Tina? With no offense. Oh, see, I didn't even see. Damn. Thanks, Tina. Damn, no sound? My lord. No sound. Amazing. Every time I be kicking and talking some shit that I really want to talk and feel intimate about, for some reason, I always have a problem with the sound and it just goes real whacked out. But let me just be ranting and cursing about some other shit. It's all crystal clear. That makes me really upset. All right, folks. I really, I'm a little bothered about that. Sorry about that, Tina. My bad. My bad, folks. Chats. I don't know. Oh nah, it's more so because I'm trying to. It's like Paul Revere is like a messenger, and the message is really for the people. And so it's this to start clicking us to realize that you know what I'm saying, like what's really going to save us is understanding that it's all going to come down to our communities and families. Am I missing my family? Yeah, I need to go see them and everything, or they need to see me. But no matter what, it's about the community as well. Because if I am all the way like in another country, but I've been there for like 5 years and I'm living there, and my family's all the way in the U.S. And but this is my new community. I have to be. This is my community. This is where I'm at. So no matter what, it's about the community where you are that you are in. You know what I'm saying? It's about building that community up and loving the community. And that means loving the people within the community. So that's what I'm talking about. We have to start building the families in our communities. And it starts with our family as well. My family's okay. You know what I'm saying? The tightness is I'm just the black sheep. I'm just on the outside because I'm more the activist. I'm the rebel. You know what I'm saying? I'm really the rebel. So I'm always out and about. So I'm really out. I'm really out, like away from my family on this mission. And it's because it's like sometimes your own family don't even see you. So you know what I'm saying? You gotta leave that shit. So I had to leave that. But I know by now they already know what it is because I spoke to my nephew and he already, he said he feel bad, you know what I'm saying? It just made me laugh because, you know what I'm saying, the little things that he was saying, it made me, he was like, everything you used to talk about. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like, whatever. But it's now time for me to get up with them and get them on a line and on point with them to really be moving forward. Because my mom's getting a little older as well. But the bottom line, like I say, we gotta keep talking about it so we can start moving it and becoming the words that we speak. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's important. So I speak the words to become the word, but I have to speak the word so I can it can resonate within you as well. Definitely. It's like everyone's really trying to point at me. Nah, kid, don't. I don't have children. This is. We talking about a specific thing. We talking about the single mother disease. We talk about how we are having most of our women. See now, this is what we talk about. I grew up with my mother and I grew up with my father my entire life. So what I'm talking about is all these women who have children and no husband and never was married. And we talk about that. They didn't even stay with this. They had several different fathers, and they was baby fathers, and no male figure still. That's what we talk about. We nah. I grew up with my mom's and my papa. Thank you, Dad. I love you, Dad. Now I have my brothers and sisters, and they have my nieces and nephews. That's that. You know what I'm saying? That's family. Like, what up, yo? Like, peace out. They all big kids now. My words are resonated in them. My words are in their souls. They see things they gonna think me. I'm already within them in their minds, so I can lead them because I was with them long enough. Now my family is the worldly family now, and getting the families out there going. So the topic is about all the women out there who think it's about you being single, strong, and independent, and not having no covering as regards to male figure that's really going to be guidance for the family. And once we understand wordplay and we understand playing our positions, then we understand that wordplay is sexy as opposed to degrading. That's part of the curse, thinking that a lot of words are degrading when they're actually really sexy. What's more sexy than a woman knowing that her man is going to provide the proper guidance for her and her children? What's more sexy than y'all on a road trip and you know that you and your kids are so safe and y'all not the freak out sleeping while daddy's driving? You wake up, you look at him, you put your hand on his lap, and you close your eyes, you go back to sleep. What's more securing than that? That's what we talk about. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you can hear me on that. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why we need these institutions that to help train, because it's like we want to always throw fault around. The fault is the fact that we had brought children to the world, but we as parents didn't train them. Because before they become anything, they are your children. And as long as we have children that's not being trained properly, there's like I said, there's always going to be an institution for them. As long as we don't have children that's properly trained, there's always an institution for that. They said, why are you blaming black women for all men, especially men of color, passing away before us women? Huh? This is a sad presentation that's really about you and not our community. I got. It's funny. I'm gonna have to go back to the live and really see when when you posted that and what I said that made you say that, because I can't even comment on what you just said right there. It makes no sense to me. So I have to go back and see what time you put that out, because I'm like, what? I'm gonna read it again. Why are you blaming black women for all men, especially men of color, passing away before us women? Passing away before your women. I blame black women for the black men passing away. Oh, I can't even comment on that, so I'll leave that be. I don't even know. Okay, thanks. Yeah. I see when people paying attention, I know when they're paying attention, but when people just saying what they want to say is because they're hearing what they want to hear. I gotta go back and hear what she or he heard so I can actually know what they're saying, because I don't know what they even talk about. Thank you, Tina. Okay, so I wasn't even in the chat. Thank you, Tina. Okay, because I know I wasn't blaming women. Woo! Okay, so I'm good. All right, I'm good. Thanks, Tina. All right. And then to come back and say that's not fair, Don. You can't blame. I blame everybody. See, in the world, it's only two things: it's woman and man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's only two things in the world: it's woman and man. And so when we talking, it's not about oh, it's not about. See, okay, look, I need y'all to accept your piece of the blame. That's what it is. It's not about pointing fingers. It's not. It's never about pointing fingers. It's about what it is. And I'm going back to the beginning. It's an ancestral curse that's been passed down. We have a curse that's been passed down. Okay, and I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna use this little fact of Willie Lynch, the little paper of the Willie Lynch syndrome, and how this person came to the Virginia and kicked some shit off to all these slave masters and said, "Yo, this what you gotta do," and this what they did, and they broke the woman down. They broke the man down in front of the woman and made the woman protect the sons. Listen to what I'm saying. As long as your women are training to protect her sons to not be harmed in any way, and making her women and the girls be the strength. That was the that's how the Willie Lynch training was. Break the man down in front of the woman, especially the mother, and to make the mother train the sons not to disappoint the master, and train the daughters by all means that she has to do everything to protect. See, mommy used to have to, give herself up for the family. Mommy used to have to get back shots for the family, okay? In slave days. So the training was, if this is what it took, this is what it took to keep master off of us. And so that training is passed down. That's part of the ancestral curse I'm talking about. This shit is dirty, it's deep, it's scary, it's ugly, it's nasty. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Willie Lynch teaching is over with. You don't even have to continue to condition it that way no more. You gotta get what you gotta use what you have to get what you want. That's no, that's that. See, y'all gotta understand what that really stems from. That's all part of that disease. Use what you have to get what you want. So it's not about blame, it's about understanding where we at. Like I say, all the ratchetness of life have to come to an end. And that's what we talk about, both ends. We talk about this, the whole lust factor. We need family structure. So when you say blame women, I blame us. I blame people. I blame our structure. I blame the way we've been taught. And I blame us for just keep running it and running it and running it on repeat. So I'm speaking to y'all, so y'all, who, if you're a woman, you're receiving the message. If you're a man, you're hearing the message. If you're a man who grew up in a family around women and stuff like that, and you already got conditioned in the woman mindset, then you probably would want to go against me as well. But it's okay. It's just a message. And the fact is, we have too many men that's growing up in the society underneath a woman's household, and a lot of these men are growing up thinking from a woman's perspective, and it's conflicting with them because they're a man. But if we had more men growing and being trained around a lot of men, then they can have a stronger mindset as a man. And I ain't talking about just testosterone. I'm talking about a man and family and understanding that it's about community. It's about respecting. That's what I'm talking about. Breaking this curse, breaking this disease, and building more family structures. That's it, folks. Accept where your blame is and then deal with it. Like I said, shake your picture, develop your picture. That's what I said. And that's what I'm saying. It takes two. It takes two. It's not one. Once we can get that, it takes two to make a thing go right. That's it. It's beautiful. Okay, we happy that on your end you can be a strong, independent woman. Now, can you deal with a strong, independent man? And how do you play your position with that to make that happen? And then how we train ourselves and train our family and build it so we can be more protected in our community. I'm serious. This violence is out of control. This hate is out of control, and love is down. And once we can get down up, then we can get more resources because of love. Because like I said, folks, my mind's still up in that sky. I was talking to mad people today. I was talking to this cop today about the asteroid. I was just walking across one side. I saw the cop. He was out there smoking cigarettes. I said, let me go bother him real quick. So I walked across the street. Said, excuse me, officer, how you doing? He said, hey, how you doing? And I was like, yeah, I just got a question. I just wanted to ask you something. He said, go ahead, yeah. And so he said, you know about the rocket they shot up in the sky that hit the asteroid? He says, huh? No. And so he really didn't know. And so I stood there for like 10 minutes and kicked it with him. And then he said, yo, listen, I'm about to go inside right now. Check this out. You got my mind spinning. Because even he even said that, hey, yeah, it's a good thing that they sent the rocket up there to hit the asteroid if that means defend the planet. But then when I turned around and spent a different direction, he was like, okay, what's it called? I said, the DART. He said, oh, he said, DART, DART? I said, yeah. He said, oh, he said, I gotta go right now. Check it out. He put his cigarette out. He said, you got me thinking right now. And so he said, let me go in there check it out. And I could tell in his eyes, even though I didn't see his eyes because he had his shades on, but I could just tell his eyes when he was looking directly at me in his facial expression, like, what the fuck? Folks, like I say, I spoke to about like 10 people today about it. Every day I speak to at least like 5 to 10 people about this just to see what they say.
we got to get our family mind up and family minded right, because we have no idea what our future really holds for the next 50 years. Now, I plan to be around for some part of them 50 years. I plan to be around for a great deal of those 50 years. Now, if you're one of those people who think that in the next 25, 30 years that you shit, nah, man, I'm going to be gone, I'm going to be dead, then that means that I'm going to say to you, what are you living for at this moment? If you already accepting that I'm going to be dead in the next 20, 25 years, whatever age you are, but I'm going to be dead. Want to live for something, and I want to live for the change where the world really. With Martin Luther King, see this the best way I could put it, yo. I love the man's words. I love his speeches. I love his energy. That dude, Martin. I'm gonna fuck saying that dude. That nigga Martin Luther King. I'm gonna speak your language a little bit, folks. My dog Martin Luther King. Here, yeah, I'm out here. Here, I'm out here. All right. That beautiful man, Martin Luther King, had words. He had bars. He spit bars in the '60s that to this day still make your hairs rise off your skin. You understand what I'm saying? And because those words are words that stands in my mind, I believe that we can have a world of love. It don't have to be 100% love, but just the hate that we develop right now, I believe that 80% of that hate can be changed. Because most of that hate is self-hate. Most of that hate is self-hate. And so once we can start building up each other to get rid of that self-hate, then we will see what the dream is really about. I'm looking for this is about to be a curveball, because I just said a word like self-hate. And like I said, self-hate. For example, I'm looking for beauticians to really start really just a strong movement for women with short hair, for beautiful hairstyles for short hair. Like when the women, if you, for a lot of women who really truly have short freaking hair right now, instead of you putting these wigs on and all this cover up, if you had a lot of beautician that really had great skills and just doing hairstyles for short hair itself, a lot of that self-hate would disappear, because a lot of self-hate falls in the line of beauty, what people think is beautiful. I got some pictures I'm gonna put up there of this woman. This is one of the darkest women in the world. And I just, man, look, like I say, I'm gonna put those pictures up tonight. Hope I don't get in trouble. But yeah, we need to stop with self-hate. That's one thing I think folks wanted me to have. They wanted me to hate myself. When I first came on the scene, I'm like, why y'all want me to hate myself? I love me a little bit too much. And because I love me, then it made people hate me more, because they wanted me to hate me. It's like they wanted me to hate me for being in the place and position I was in. not knowing that that was a place, a position I had to be in for me to reach the people, for me to give them the message. Understand, is this job for me? Understand who suffers but thee. Understand life isn't funny. Understand what is all about the money, 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 money. Thank you for your listening ear and your support. Have a beautiful evening, folks.